Spring recruitment? Ugh. Hey guys! Okay, so I know that I have not been posting a lot. In fact, this is my first video of 2017. So if you guys are stumbling upon this, hey, I usually post a bit better than this. It's just New Year's Eve was a good word to describe it, a disaster. And so with that, I ended up losing a lot of stuff like house keys, license, all of that. So I had to go replace that. And then I got the flu, and that was just, I felt very gross. And I got the flu shot. I am so good about getting the flu shot. Sometimes I get the flu shot twice a year. And I got the flu, like actual diagnosis of the flu. And then I have been involved with training, and at work there's a sale going on, and so they're trying to make me work more, and I'm telling them I want to work less for my YouTube channel. But in the real world, you can't really just say that, especially when you're a YouTuber who makes no money off of YouTube. This is not really a second job of mine. This is just one of my favorite things to do. Hold on, my mom's texting me. Okay, anyway. So, enough with this intro. Let me, if somebody hasn't posted in the comments where to jump to already. Thanks for sticking with me. Let's talk about spring recruitment, because as you can see from my intro, I am not a huge fan of spring recruitment. Okay, so just to start off with, when I talk about spring recruitment, I'm talking about the spring recruitment on my campus. I don't know what your school is like. Some colleges, they won't even host any type of fall recruitment whatsoever. It's just in the spring. Some campuses I know, they're so big that they treat the fall and the spring equally. Some campuses have never even heard of spring recruitment, okay? But I'm going to tell you my experience, because I know my school it has to be like a few other schools out there in the world. So spring recruitment in my school is about meeting a quota. And that means in the fall, we didn't receive the numbers that we wanted, or by the end of the fall, enough girls had dropped / graduated / maybe got kicked out, I don't know, that we then had to go recruit some more in the spring because dues were starting to reach all-time highs. Now, every year, my sorority does spring recruitment. Like rewind to the video where I talk about wanting to be in the cool sorority that doesn't do spring recruitment. However, let me say this. They ended up doing spring recruitment while I was in college, and it was the first time they did it in years, and it was quite the talk of the town. Anyway, we're talking about me and my sorority. Okay, so what happens then, from what you can tell, is spring recruitment is usually more based on quantity over quality. And when I say that, I mean it in pretty much every aspect. For budgeting of what goes into this, there's not a whole lot of money that goes in to spring recruitment babies. Your gifts and the celebration party, there's not a lot to it. And a lot of times, nobody really wants to be involved in spring recruitment. They just got a little that they want to be obsessed with, because most girls get their littles in the fall. And by now, they've wasted all of the fall semester concentrating on Greek life, that they now have to play catch up with their grades. Excuse me. And the spring semester needs to be a good one to please the parents. And a lot of them have run out of money by now. So there's not a whole lot of attention that goes into it. Now, a lot of times sororities have to make these spring recruitment events mandatory to make people come. I know there's a lot of times a point system where you have to earn so many positive points to then therefore qualify to go to formal. And formal's the biggest deal, and formal is usually in the spring, not in the fall. So people want to go there. So in order to get points, they attend spring recruitment. I'm just being honest with you, and so I recommend trying not to do spring recruitment. Now, it is an easier way to get in, because if you feel like you fit the type of sorority that you're going into, then your chances of getting in are a lot easier. I would say the recruitment process is a lot more intimate. However, that whole experience that you get with joining Greek life is really limited. And I would say just by kind of watching, being able to see the two, it's not the same. And I think that it's kind of nice knowing that you were in the same boat with fall recruitment as all the other girls. It's almost like you paid your dues. You went to every single house. You followed every single rule versus in spring recruitment, you don't have to meet with every sorority. And you miss out on that opportunity because oftentimes you're signing up for a sorority to get an easy pass in or because your friend has told you about it. So I recommend doing the fall. Also, when I talk about quality over quantity, I can tell you that it's kind of a running joke that a lot of how do I word this without sounding like a total a-hole on the internet? Now, if you know me from previous videos, you do know that I am picky with who gets in my sorority, and how I judge people is probably not like how other people judge others. I care a lot about someone being genuinely nice. I care about them being polite. I want them to be curious souls. I want them to be respectful. I don't want it to be something that they do to please and show off. I want to see them being nice to me, but I want to see them being nice to the cafeteria lady. I want to see them being nice to the people who clean our bathrooms, because at my college, we did have maids come in to clean the bathrooms. I want to see that. So there's a disclaimer on me. That's how I judge people. And so I will say that that's not the case with every spring recruitment girl. I've had some really nice girls come in. So I'm just telling you what the kind of running joke is, especially within our sorority, but not the fact that it's the truth. You know, there's some good quality girls. However, I remember it was really awkward because, you meet like 1,000 girls in recruitment practically. And so you're going to forget people, especially the people who never stood out to you. Well, I remember this one girl joined spring recruitment, and she goes, I remember you. I had you in fall recruitment. So this means this girl went through fall recruitment. We didn't take her. I didn't rank her well. And then every other sorority didn't want her. I mean, there could have been a chance where she just wanted us. And so when she did not get us, she dropped out. You don't know the full story. However, when she told me that, I'm thinking, first off, oh snap, she probably hates me, and then two, what's up with this girl? And so, to be honest, after hanging out with her again, because, I want to be courteous, I want to get to know the new members, I remembered why she didn't get into the sorority. She talked about herself non-stop. Like, she had no desire to get to know me, and I realized she didn't even let the other girl who initially was hanging out with her all day talk at all during dinner, and it was just surprising and disappointing, but then again, not surprising, because I know I rank people well. I rank people based on their heart, and so I knew that there was a reason this girl did not get in the first time. And then we were sitting at a table towards the end. It was some type of banquet. And she was just yapping about herself. And it was one of those round tables so everybody could hear. And it wasn't even me who led this conversation. The girl next to me leaned over to me and was like, golly, that girl will not shut up about herself. And I just wanted to be like, I tried and no one cared or listened, And so maybe it's terrible me vocalizing this, but at the same time, it's not like I'm calling this girl out, like embarrassing her. This is who she chooses to be openly in public, is to talk about herself. And so, yeah, I'm going to put it in my video. I don't care. This is why you clicked on the video, right? For real advice and juicy gossip. So there's the story. And so it just was kind of awkward, and I honestly felt like I could never make eye contact with her because, one, I didn't want to get in a conversation with her, but two, knowing that I know that I zeroed her booty in the rankings of recruitment. Okay, and then I'm gonna tell you guys one more story. I mean, it's not very climactic, but there was this one girl, and she came into the spring, and I was obsessed because I had already gotten twins, and I already had this other girl I was kind of considered her god big, and so I felt like I was just rolling the scene, collecting my littles, felt so cool, and so I was thinking, well, spring recruitment is an awesome opportunity because I didn't really know too much about spring at the time. I think it was, yeah, it was about like the first round of spring recruitment that I was really being involved with. So I didn't really know the stigma behind it. And there was this one girl who came in, and I thought we had a great connection. But, I was talking to my littles about it, and they kind of, they had a bad experience with this girl before she joined our sorority. So, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to take someone on just to take someone on, especially if my littles that I do have are just not having it, so, and so when it came up that she mentioned, like, big hunting, I was up front and said, I don't think I'm going to take any more littles. I already have 2. I just got them. I'm kind of growing a family. And I just think it'd be just not the right time for me. And apparently she had vocalized to my roommate, not knowing that we were roommates, about how she had wanted me, but because I had twins, she wasn't going to pursue me. And that's fine because that kind of just ended there. But we had, I thought, a good connection at the beach. And I thought, well, you know what? Yeah, she doesn't have to be part of my family. I'm not going to start drama here. But, she seemed like a nice girl. But, like I was told a red flag about her. But, I figured, well, we're going to be friends, whatever. And so she ended up getting swooped up by somebody who I think they had to take a leave for a semester. So they weren't there in the fall. So they really wanted a little, and they were just, really nice. So they ended up taking her on. And then this girl completely ignored me. I remember, did I say that right? Ignored? Ignored me. I remember coming to a social, and their family walking by. And I never knew how great I felt with this family. But the family walked by, and she was part of this family, and she was feeling so all high and mighty. And it was a really small social because no one shows up to our socials because that's the kind of sorority that we were. And she just completely ignored me. She snubbed me. She gave me the cold shoulder. So because I didn't take her, she took that so personal that I just became like an enemy to her. Either that, or she just was incapable of just having that compassionate heart that stretched out to everyone, and she just had tunnel vision with her new family. I don't know. But either way, that just kind of rubs me the wrong way with how somebody is as a human being. And after that, I never talked to her. I never felt close to her. And honestly, she got along with everybody in the sorority, but I remember not a whole lot of people were drawn to her and wanted to hang out with her. And I'm thinking that they felt the same vibe. But I don't know. I just thought that was so weird. And it's another reason why I'm not a huge fan of Big and Little, because I wanted to be friends with everybody still no matter what, or at least cordial to, not flat out ignoring someone like she was too cool for me. And I'm thinking, girl, you are not cooler than me. We are in the same sorority. We are the same social ranking on campus. But I've been here longer and I know some things. Just, letting that out there. Okay, well, this video's gone on long enough. I don't know how great my stories were this time around, but I shared what I could. If I can think of anything else, I'll put it in another video. Now, these Greek videos are something that I do on the side that are they're story time related, but they're different from my other videos. So if this isn't your thing, check out the other ones. If not, I have more Greek life videos that I've done. There's way more to come. Like this video, comment, and hit subscribe. So, okay, have a great day, guys. Bye!